Hey, you guys, what's going on? Oh man, the lighting. It cometh and it goeth. Do you guys have doubts about your relationships? Do you guys ever doubt yourselves? Let's talk about it. What should you do when you have the doubts with a relationship? Well, I'm not going to walk through life with a hammer here, but I'm going to say usually if you have some stuff going on in the old noodle brain there, you probably need, as your check engine light coming on, as we've spoke about and of in previous videos, if things are getting a little cloudy, you probably need to clean out the old cobwebs there, and that usually comes with a walk. You go for a nice walkie walk for about 45 minutes, and I guarantee you whatever problem you had is it's probably gone, and it'll certainly seem a lot smaller. Probably need to do some breathing exercises. Write down what it is. Write it down. Maybe try to figure it out. That way. Say, okay, well, I'm thinking this and they're thinking that. As soon as you write that stuff down, it might look a lot differently. We can get a little trapped in our heads with stuff, and once we put it down on a piece of paper, and maybe spread it out. Maybe get a big piece of paper and this over there and that over there. Oh, I only have 5 minutes each day to eat and brush my teeth and whatever and stuff. Well, do without one of those things and write some stuff down. Find a pen, find a piece of paper, find an old receipt, the back of anything. You probably got a pile of junk mail somewhere. Crack that stuff open. You got a veritable cornucopia of paper. And if you can't find a pen, you're not an adult. You need pens. You should have pens. I don't care how many electronic devices you have. The battery never runs down on a pen or a pencil. You can go to the grocery store or the gas station and buy a pack of pencils. But write that stuff down. The guy in Quills was writing poetry and verse with poo there at the last, after they took all his clothes and stuff. Look it up. But yeah, you're just a few scribblings away from inner peace, or at least inner ease. I don't think life is nearly as hard as some make it, but I know that it's definitely harder than, just rainbows and puppy dog tails. But if we use the tools we're given, and they're always there. They just might get a little clouded, or might get disorganized. But if you have your buddies, if you don't have your buddies, well, join a group. Anything. That phone, you could fly the space shuttle with that phone, or you could waste 10 hours a day on Netflix. You do anything in between. So use that phone as a tool, and it is. Find you some buddies to have discourse with about your problems, and talk this stuff out with somebody. You shouldn't be alone with your issues. Get after it. But if you have a problem, break it down into little pieces, and you can probably digest it. It's funny. I have some relationship concerns, and this is the way I was working it out. I feel a lot better now, all thanks to you guys. And you know what? If I do have any unresolved issues with it, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to, find even more solace in your comments, because you guys are going to go down there and menace the comment section with all your woes and your advice and just all the whatnot. You guys are going to be a wealth. So speaking of, like, subscribe, dislike, hate, unsubscribe, whatever you need to do with your fingers on the screen so that you have excuses to wipe it off again later. Do all that stuff and write some comments that might help someone. Probably the least you could write might be the one thing someone needs to read. Never, ever, 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 ever forget that. Whatever you know, the worst thing you can think about yourself, the worst thing, you go outside and you're just like, man, my butt's too big, my shoulders, my skin, my whatever. Someone that saw you that day was just like, man, you know what I mean? They might have been, they might not have been thinking that motherfucker, you know. You might have helped somebody that day. You never know. So just be you, you know. Just be you, or try your darndest to be you. And like I say, if you write a comment, you write anything down there, you might be getting something out of you, and you might be putting it in somebody else, you know, all legal like and stuff. Because who doesn't like doing that? Who doesn't like paying it forward a little bit? And I hate that expression. It sounds manipulative. But yeah, it's life can be a lot, and if you have anything you can share, put it out there, man. Put it out there, because you know, you might be scratching the back of yourself eventually, you know. Thanks for coming by, as usual. Thanks for your contributions. You guys are a wealth, whether you believe it or not. So keep being you. Remember, you're awesome. It's so much more glass half full than half empty. I guarantee you. And you're a 45-minute walk, 5-minute exercise session, stretch session, deep breathing session, meditation session away from remembering that and passing it on to others. If anything, feel like you have a responsibility to maintain yourself better so that you can be a good witness, an example for others. That's the very least you can do. You know what I mean? Because if you do that, then there's less pressure on you to be that for you. You know what I mean? Think, hey, you know, somebody else might see this raggedy trailer and go, man, that's so much better than my raggedy trailer. All right, I've said enough. Thank you again for coming by.